Chat, here we go. We have got ourselves another 1v1 show match. This time, it's the Middle East versus EU. We have Kiileerrz from Saudi Arabia and Nugget from England. Nugget a top 20 1v1 right now. Ranked 21 on the leaderboard. Kiileerrz is going to try and take him down. Kiileerrz, I don't think rated on the leaderboard right now, but has been a top player before. He did well in the Feer Fest. You guys can probably... Either you could or couldn't tell. Could you guys tell that crowd noise was at 0%? It's a crucial part of casting to me, so I could notice it right away. But I turned it down to 0% for a reason, chat, that I can't tell you. Interesting. Intriguing. Speculation, maybe? We'll all see. Kiileerrz. Oh my goodness, he about to double flip reset. Chat, a couple people in chat were asking, who is Kiileerrz? Well, I think you know now, or even if you don't know, you're along for the ride with everybody else. A nice double flip reset all the way from the back corner. Kiileerrz gets his first in a little bit more exciting fashion than Nugget did. Nugget with the classic ones play. A nice low 50 of sorts to, I think it was a bump actually, to get him his first. Did you know BDS is out? Yeah, I saw that BDS was out. Kiileerrz getting a second. Which is crazy. Crazy, but I guess, you know, you always kind of expect some of the teams that have already qualified for the major to maybe not go as hard or not have the same mentality that they would if they, you know, had their lives on the line. But at the same time, still expect them to do, you know, BDS. You don't expect BDS to drop out that early. But it looked like KSA kind of struggled as well, which was, you know, surprising to see. KSA's been playing really well, but they're still in it, so they could still end up winning it all for all we know. Nugget, double jump pop. Give it just a little bit too much height off the crossbar. Kiileerrz trying to hold on to as much boost as possible in order to make a save. And it seems like he might have done so. Almost had a chance at a long shot after Nugget stole the boost. But that touch was good enough to reset him. Have him pick up boost, get in position. Nugget just going to slam a power shot on net. Interesting decision. It's really hard to convert that into something, but he has managed to hold on to possession at least. Give himself another opportunity, and Kiileerrz has got to stop this play before it happens. Nugget being able to just volley this ball. A nice fake. You see Nugget double jumping to try and convince Kiileerrz that he's going to go up and get it, which is probably what leads Kiileerrz to stay grounded even longer, but I mean, he has to get a read at some point on the play. Can't just let Nugget bounce it on the top of his car all the way down the field. I was going on tricks. I don't necessarily say instantly hi to everybody in chat. It doesn't mean I'm ignoring you. Just trying to keep the fan experience, you know, tip top. If I'm always just saying hi to chat every single time I look over, it's not quite as exciting, you know. Nugget, that's a great air dribble. Giving himself a lead. The players that barely play ranked ones are some of the best when it comes to show matches. Seem to be very mechanical. Yeah, I think it's basically threes players or twos players. Players who don't really enjoy grinding out the ones game, but are still incredibly talented and given space can always do whatever they want to do. But, you know, I think the leaderboard or grinding the ladder gives you a little bit of acceptance of kind of like slow plays and not being as risky, because I think a style like Kiileerrz where you are super mechanical and you rely on that for your wins, I could see you getting a little frustrated at times with some of the ultra ones grinders on the ladder who know how to punish every little mistake and never take a risk, and you know their playstyle isn't very translatable to other game modes, but does a really good job at taking people down in ones. But if you never play the ones ladder, you never have to go up against those kind of players, and you're free to rein in with your mechanical gameplay. Nice flick from Kiileerrz. And a fourth. Nugget playing the Dignitas Fennec today. Normally he plays, I believe, a Phase Fennec. Nice 50. Kiileerrz refusing to slow down in net. Grabs his 100. Instead of coming out the challenge Nugget, he just sends himself up the inside of his net. It's kind of a no-brainer there to just try and low 50. It's going to be such a hard recovery out of that position to get a solid save, and there's no reason for Nugget to try and shoot into it. Nugget with a 5-4 lead. Kiileerrz trying to make something work with very little boost. He's going to pick up pads and took a trip almost all the way to the corner boost. Luckily for him, Nugget's air dribble was not on net. That was long shotable, I think directly in the net if Kiileerrz had lined it up right. Pretty poor touch from Nugget. That being said, Kiileerrz not able to turn it into offense, so Nugget once again starting to dribble here in this corner. Kiileerrz is playing shadow defense and has gotten away with it for a while, and he's still going to save this one. A couple really slow speed shots from Nugget have been saved. It's because Kiileerrz is letting him come in, and Nugget is trying to place the ball out of Kiileerrz's reach. He's not really stressing speed. He's just looking to try and get it behind him, but you do it slow enough, defender's always going to have time to make the awkward save. Now, Kiileerrz, can he get a possession going for himself? Nugget has been pressuring him so much. He's going to air dribble this one all the way out of his own half. Forced to do so because he has Nugget camped underneath him. Now he's got a high bounce in the corner and just started the air dribble towards the near post. Makes it so much harder to adjust the ball for a shot. Never really got it into a shooting area. So it's an easy handle for Nugget. Kiileerrz faking a jump up to the sky. In a situation where maybe he would have needed to, but no, he knows what he's doing. He's got enough time. He'll drop it into the corner. Baited Nugget into clearing it there. And he is just casual in the air. Nugget coming off the side wall. Did not expect those final couple touches. Nugget with some open field. Didn't land very clean. Wow, nice double. I thought Kiileerrz had made a big mistake after that first touch, but he was quick off the back wall to tap it back down to the ground and not let Nugget have an opportunity. So overtime in game number 1. Seems like we might have a pretty even match here between these two. Oh, Nugget. Nugget's going to win just like that. A tap past Kiileerrz in the corner. Kiileerrz just sent himself too far. Forgot about covering the net. Game 2. Kiileerrz definitely with the clip of the series so far, but down in games as a mistake on low boost in overtime cost him a goal. And once again, out of this left corner from Kiileerrz's perspective, he is going to get scored on. He's trying to pick up the 100 and start a dribble. The ball on an awkward side of his car, and Nugget has had the challenge game right now. He is keeping the pressure on Kiileerrz. Every time Nugget has possession, Kiileerrz is very willing to react, play shadow defense, let Nugget come all the way into the goal line before he tries to make a save. But it has not been that way the other way. Nugget does not want to let Kiileerrz have a possession even for a moment, and maybe that's a lesson learned after giving Kiileerrz even a tiny bit of space, and he goes the whole field on a double flip reset. Kiileerrz turning to challenge. It's going to be really hard. He's going to need to go, more than a 180-degree turn after he had already set himself up far past the dribble. Kiileerrz looking to bump Nugget. I'm surprised he didn't grab the 100 there. It felt like he could have gone for the attempted demo and the 100 steal. Oh, nice steal there. Oh, Nugget, what a save! Wow, and he sticked with it. Kiileerrz was able to chip that shot while grabbing the 100 boost, which meant Nugget had to try and go get the save with 0. And I didn't think he was going to be able to get there. but he didn't give up on it. He just barely taps it off the post to keep it out. Nugget is looking to try and run it up here. I mean, we saw this same exact goal, it feels like, in that first goal. Kiileerrz, he's just creeping so far out of net into that corner and is having a tough time dealing with the play coming back to net. Nugget 3-0. After a tight game number 1, Nugget seems to have Kiileerrz figured out. Kiileerrz going into the steal of possession. Wants to play everything in the air, it feels like. He has an opportunity. He's trying to pop it when he's forced to play on the ground. It hasn't looked great for him, so you imagine he'll take this bounce right up into the sky. Nugget, the pre-jump, it just looks silly when Kiileerrz just taps it right above him. Watch this from Nugget's perspective. Try to jump this so early and right at the crucial moment. You know, it's just a poor time pre-jump, I guess, because he either needs to keep going and assume Kiileerrz will get a touch, but what he was expecting was that Kiileerrz was just going to drop it back down, try and fake it after he saw the pre-jump, which was not the case. So Kiileerrz has a first. No surprise that it will come through an air dribble. Really smart play by Nugget to play so aggressive in this corner, not let Kiileerrz get a touch, get anything started. All these risks have been paying off for him. Not once has one of these early challenges seemed to result in him getting scored on. This time he's going to get scored on because he launches the ball too far away from himself and what he was thinking. The ball near the ceiling as he drove near the side wall, thinking he was going to get up to that before Kiileerrz. Kiileerrz, no boost to make a play off the wall, so he just sends himself to the midfield boost, knowing that Nugget will have to fully retreat either way. Ooh, this long shot is potentially in. Oh, Kiileerrz, save off his own post. Back to try and challenge the ball, keep Nugget from scoring, but Nugget has been solid with some air dribbles out of that left corner. Not the best of bounces. Nugget actually bounced it off the back wall to start the dribble, which is interesting. You'd think that he would try and catch it and take it out away from the back wall to keep the angle as, you know, wide as possible as opposed to being really shallow, but instead he just kind of plays it off the bounce, which is an interesting way to get it done. Kiileerrz, he wants his space and his dribbles. We'll see if he takes it to the sky this time. Instead, it's just a bounce dribble, and Nuggets, he goes away from his normal challenge game, and Kiileerrz breaks him down. He didn't have a lot of boost. You can see him pathing over as many pads as possible to get himself in net. And Kiileerrz, you know, he was kind of telegraphing that shot to the left side. He was dribbling down the field on the right side of the ball the whole way. And Nugget seems to be trying to play defense 2 steps ahead, if that makes any sense. When we've seen Kiileerrz, you know, showing a hook shot, Nugget has been playing for the fake. He's oh no, he's not going to actually hook shot it. He's going to fake it. I'll wait for it. And right now, it's just resulted in Kiileerrz being able to get somewhat easy goals. I don't know if that is a little bit of the ones mindset that Nugget has, where he is just so deep in the back and forth meta that he can't just expect the regular shot. I don't know. Right now, another 50, and Kiileerrz has brought it back to 4. Nugget, straight flick on net. Kiileerrz almost recovering in time. Able to redirect it, but not out of net. And it's all come down to that first flip. I think Kiileerrz can save this easily. He doesn't entertain the idea that he could affect the play. You see that first flip is towards the sidewall, where the ball is going, where Nugget is going, and then towards the back corner boost. If he had decided earlier to retreat and pick up boost, I think he would have been in position in time. Or can actually stick with that flip towards the ball. He just has to affect the play. He has to tap the ball immediately instead of turning and backing away and giving Nugget space. So we see lots of players who, you know, always challenge. This is a really nice flick, by the way. Not quite a full 180. Perfect crossbar and down. Not much Kiileerrz can do about it. Nugget will tap it in on the second touch. Kiileerrz, long shot. He thought he saw Nugget coming in to either challenge or even just come to set up a close shadow, both of which would have left him vulnerable for a long shot over the top, but he missed a little bit wide. Doesn't matter. He challenges Nugget here. Gets himself back within one. Nugget wall to air dribble. Not a great first touch off the wall, but he uses his flip to get back around it and then turns it into a low 50 attempt. What a save from Kiileerrz. I thought he had made a huge mistake. I had given up on him. But somehow he shows back up in the scene and taps it away. Another save here, 40 seconds. He's not going to be able to pick up his 100, but he will demo, which means we could be headed to another overtime. There's still a lot of time left on the clock. I'd expect a goal in the next 34 seconds the way this game has been going. But Kiileerrz will tie it up. Nugget wanted to steal the boost, but he stole it at the cost of his life. So certainly not worth it. Not a great kickoff for Kiileerrz. Well, Nugget doesn't decide to pressure it, so it actually is going to work out. Kiileerrz will likely come away with this with a high boost possession. It's to save as much as possible and not chase Nugget in the corner. He got a flick over the top of him. He's able to reset. Nugget on the goal line, playing backwards. Doesn't matter. Kiileerrz not going to have the angle there. He'll take it into the air. He is so dominant in the air, but Nugget, a really early challenge before Kiileerrz can get anything going or any tricks can happen. You have to respect that from Nugget, and he tries to go low 50. Kiileerrz, he gets just enough on it to make sure it hits the ground. Not a bad idea from Nugget to try and stay underneath the ball the whole way to keep it up before that 0 seconds. Kiileerrz will win this overtime kickoff. He might have a shot opportunity here. Can he get it past Nugget? No. Couldn't play quick enough, but he will grab the 100 boost. He grabs the 100 at midfield as well, so Nugget with nothing. Kiileerrz just trying to power shot it in. Nugget, he doesn't have enough to get it out. As he tries to retreat and tap it away, it still falls in. He only picked up that one pad, which he instantly used. Oh, actually picked up a second pad. But no, not enough. Kiileerrz, he will win overtime game number 2, as this matchup has proven to be as close as humanly possible. Game number 3. Instant goal for Nugget. Oh my goodness. Mizexi!
Exclamation mark, exclamation mark.
Thank you for the 3 months. Welcome to the blue Feer symbol crew. The 3-month plus crew. Thank you so much for the tier 1. Appreciate it. System noise a little bit high. Maybe it's just my headphones. Chat, how's the bounce? Any issues with the bounce right now? We've been messing with audio just a little bit more. I think it's for the better. Especially the mic, man. If you go listen to me yell into the mic now versus old days, it used to really peak. And I love yelling, chat. I just want to be able to yell, you know? Oh my goodness, Kiileerrz. He does score. Technically, this is an own goal. Nugget gets credit with the save, but then he taps it in after. Oh my goodness, flip into the flip reset. Instantly uses it, and Nugget cannot backflip in time. It's a great shot. And as good as the shot is, the goal explosion is equally as bad. I hate sounding like we're underwater. Nice kickoff. Kiileerrz tying it back up. Nugget switching to the wave dash kickoff. I don't think he's been using that all series long. Haven't been paying too much attention to it. Should have a tight angle here. Great shot. Look at the double jump shot. Good recognition on the way to find the most power. A lot of times players will fall in love with always using a flip, but that is not what this shot needed. It just needed Nugget falling from the ceiling as fast as possible to get the strongest shot. And the answer was a double jump. So Nugget double jumping from the ceiling. Great touch on the ball. And a strong shot that Kiileerrz can't get back to. Nugget and Kiileerrz 50 this one away. I like the increased pressure from Kiileerrz coming all the way into the corner. Not wanting to just play that shadow goal line defense we saw him playing earlier in the series. Nugget not able to 50 this one away. Nice bump. This is an open net for Kiileerrz. And Nugget, it all comes down to that 50. He was trying to set up a 50 on the goal line, and he jumped and completely missed. It's not going to go back and show it, but he was trying to hover behind that ball. No connection. And Kiileerrz will tie it up. I feel like Nugget has been the one, as I say this, I feel like Nugget has been the one leading more often than not. Nugget usually is taking the lead. Kiileerrz has to equalize it, and then in the last game he was able to finish it off with an overtime win. I want to say this is one of Kiileerrz's more rare leads. I feel like Nugget has been paving the way. Certainly Kiileerrz has not had multiple goal leads that I feel like Nugget has had a couple different times. Nugget, good wave dash catch, nice fake, but Kiileerrz, great defense to be able to cover the strong flick, but also 50 it low. It is an art to be able to cover both. Kiileerrz has done a great job in the past few attempts. Nugget taking to the skies, turning up the pace a little bit of his play, and not rewarded. That is tough. He got the ball over Kiileerrz just for it to roll barely off the post. That challenge might have been enough, even though he got killed. Kiileerrz is far out at midfield. He's going to have to drive around the ball before he takes a shot. Yo, excuse me, sir. Thank you for the 3 months. Also joining the blue crew. Nugget on-card dribble. Kiileerrz is back to his goal line ways. Nugget not able to find what he needs to do to get past. He has definitely been preferring a lot of those ones mains type plays. Low 50s, super safe. Try and make sure you don't get countered and have a second opportunity, hopefully. Kiileerrz just been able to cover it. And now a demo in the corner. And maybe one of the first 2 goal leads for Kiileerrz. Nugget is England. So yes, he is EU. Nugget flick off the backboard. Got a little bit greedy, tried to find a tight angle, and almost left the net open. Good recovery and recognition that maybe he shouldn't have gone for that shot. Kiileerrz on the wrong side of the ball, but he hears Nugget coming to challenge, so he just has to pop it in some way, keep Nugget off the ball. He has been looking for the demos right now and has been working. Nugget becoming just a little bit too predictable on defense. Kiileerrz knows exactly where to find him. 6'3". I'm a software engineer, Gorgle, when I'm not doing Twitch. Kiileerrz, wow. Everything is going Kiileerrz's way. I would say even in the first 2 games, even though it was 1-1, I felt like Nugget was kind of controlling the game, was threatening, separating from Kiileerrz, and really setting himself apart. But it looks like that'll be Kiileerrz. Kiileerrz will be the first one to do it. A 4-goal lead is, maybe the biggest we've seen in this match so far. And everything just seems to be working in the Kiileerrz camp. This time Nugget and his low 50, he's been sticking to these constantly. This time he has low boost. Maybe even a better reason to do so. Kiileerrz, his pre-jump, cannot keep the ball out of dangerous way. Kiileerrz, another bump play, I believe, leads to this 8th. Or was it Nugget who bumped him? And Nugget bumps him. I don't know what Nugget was thinking. Was he looking for a second bump or what? He kind of followed Kiileerrz out a bit before deciding to go back to the corner, and it's too late. He had left the shot opportunity open. Nugget with some space. Kiileerrz. He loves coming out of the net, but I just don't think it's working for him. In these open field situations where, you know, Nugget isn't even shooting quickly, he's just setting up his play. Kiileerrz is still coming out of the net, and Nugget is going to know how to place it away from where Kiileerrz can get to. Yoda demodifying. Chester!
A year for the desert coast.
Let's go, Chester 259. I remember Chester mainly as, I think, the first one ever to redeem a VIP. And now it's been 12 years. Appreciate it, Chester. Sorry, 12 years, imagine. 12 months. It'll be a good day if I've been streaming for 12 years and it's still going on. I think it'll be a good day. Nugget, he's bringing himself back. He says, don't you know this game always goes to overtime? We have 2 overtimes so far. And Nugget is working his way into a 3rd overtime. I'm pretty old if I've been doing it for 12 years, but if we're still doing regular Rocket League 1v1 show matches in 12 years, that'll be insane. Maybe I'll be streaming, but I think it might be something different by that time. Nugget 50 on the goal line. He is gonna make it possible, chat. It's possible. 1 second on the clock. Kiileerrz does have to choke pretty hard. I think I was watching on Johnny's stream recently. He went back and showed, or maybe it was a YouTube video that showed, I think it was Khaled scoring it 1 second. The way he did it is he delayed kickoffed. He like slightly delayed and then chipped it over. That is not what Nugget does. Nugget just tries to take a regular kickoff and hopes that it pops in the air, which it did, just not in his favor. So Kiileerrz will take game number 3, put himself on match point. Game number 4. Kiileerrz and Nugget. Nugget top 20 on the leaderboard. Kiileerrz hasn't been on the leaderboard in a bit, but as we always know, a threat to take anybody down in ones. Trying to prove that here today. It's crazy the number of players who, you know, are capable of top play and just don't really mess with the leaderboard at all. You'd think they'd need to stay sharp some way, but I guess 2s must be enough. Kiileerrz will flick it past. And a tap in for a first. It was Joyas. It was against Joyas. Khaled versus Joyas. Yeah, I didn't think it was against Dead Monster, but I'm no historian. Chat, I asked my Discord who they thought, what a hook shot. That was a great hook shot. Nugget says his fault, but I mean, it doesn't get much better than this. Why is it Nugget's fault? Let's watch. What did he think he did wrong? Oh, I guess he could have. If he didn't turn a little bit too much, maybe he got that save. Chat, I asked people in my Discord who their top 8 players from each region were. And Arrows had the most bias towards our stream that I've ever seen. Your list was perfect, you know it. I can't remember everybody's list exactly. Hey, I like it, man. Arrows very clearly is watching my show matches based on his list. Looks like both these guys going for the wave dash kickoff, but Nuggets winning out big time. Nugget didn't want to take the dribble. Instead, let it came back down to the ground. Kiileerrz will dunk it off. 2-2, another even game. This has been an incredibly even matchup. Kiileerrz was threatening a blowout win. Of course, it didn't end up happening. A 1-goal game again. No overtime. Technically, the goal differential is 1 goal in favor of Kiileerrz right now. If Nugget can score here, maybe it'll be even. He was just getting in his own head. He didn't really have an angle, and he tried to outplay Kiileerrz. He thought, I'll put it behind him, but he forgot the fact that there was no net behind Kiileerrz. He was right on the post. So putting it behind him just meant putting it off the back wall. Ooh, nice backflip challenge. Super risky. But hey, that's the way Kiileerrz likes to play. Usually playing on the sidewall or challenging here can get yourself in big trouble. If Nugget, instead of letting the ball come to the top of his car and rest on it on the sidewall, if instead of he jumped off and touched it with the tip of his car, I think there's a really good chance he just taps it past Kiileerrz's backflip and rolls it in for a goal. But Kiileerrz had the read on what Nugget wanted to do. Okay, that's a great flick. I really like these. It's not quite a 180, and it's not quite 90 degree. Chat, quick. I have streamer brain, so I can't do the math. I guess it was more just a 90. He just diagonal flips through it. It's all right, chat. You don't have to let me know anymore because when we went to the slow-mo and we got the details, it turned out to just be a 90. Just the diagonal backflip through it makes it look like it's a little bit more. I appreciate, chat, all your numbers. Kiileerrz baiting Nugget into the pre-jump. Unable to score off of it, though. Resulting in just a power shot. Nugget's able to save. Nugget doesn't have a lot of boost. He'll carry the dribble as far as he can and then lob the flick up. Hoping to get a couple boost steals. Kiileerrz has done a good job, though, of holding on to enough to make a play, and he might have a chance at getting up for that and scoring a really near net shot, but he decided not to. Instead, just played a little bit safer. Kiileerrz the pop. He's just thinking boost, and Nugget knows it. Really smart play by Nugget. Kiileerrz is not going to be able to follow that up playing on 0, so Nugget just pops it, but in his head the whole time, he's aiming for that back corner boost. He's almost cares less about what he does with the ball just to make sure he can win the race and keep Kiileerrz starved, because if he doesn't do that, he's going to see himself into a long drought of no boost goal defending. Instead, he takes possession and wins a 50 on the other side of the field. So Nugget up 4-3. Oh yeah, that was crazy. Arrows, when listing the best North American players, didn't include Daniel or AJ, even though they both just played a show match as recently as yesterday. Kiileerrz shooting for the near post. Nugget, I think if he has confidence and flies out for a challenge, he's able to take that one away, but hindsight is 20/20 here from the commentator's box. Instead, he tries to be careful. He's not able to get to the other post. Nugget gifted one here, though. As Kiileerrz trying to clip it with the tail end of his car as he flips towards the corner so he can win the race to the boost, but also pop the ball out of play. And instead, he does neither. He neither gets the 100 boost or pop the ball out of play. Too strong of a first touch there from Kiileerrz. He's trying to cut it in front of the net. He's trying to do so quickly, but that resulted in him hitting it too early, too strong, directly back into Nugget. Nugget is 6th. A minute left to go. He wants to send us to Game 5. The way the series has been going, it feels like it necessitates a Game 5. It's been such a close battle between these two. Ooh, Kiileerrz looking for a demo. In the middle part of this series, he had been feasting on those demos. Nugget maybe a little bit more aware of them now. Repping himself to make sure he doesn't get caught out. Kiileerrz, that can't be what he meant to do, and that is why he's going to score. So often does that happen. I think Kiileerrz was trying to get a really quick touch and just outpace Nugget, beat him in the race. Instead, he got some super awkward kind of wheel touches on the underside of his car. And I think that baited Nugget into thinking he could challenge. But Kiileerrz, a very composed player, quickly regains himself right underneath the ball and taps it over Nugget for a 5th. He's got 30 seconds to send us to a 3rd overtime. Or it might not even go to overtime. It's a great flick right as Nugget looks to challenge. Hard to blame Nugget for playing a little bit more of aggressive defense. A lot of times, players with the lead will play safe. And so maybe he was expecting Kiileerrz to think that he would, you know, shadow all the way into net, try to surprise him with a backflip. But he did not succeed, and that seems to be happening a lot here. Kiileerrz, did he not have a... I felt like Kiileerrz had like a 1-2 strong shot, especially with almost 30 boost. But Kiileerrz obviously disagrees because he doesn't take that opportunity to shoot on what I felt was a pretty open net. The ball is going to land on the goal line. Nugget says, no way. Kiileerrz was just barely able to get the save. This is the second time that if the game was half a second longer, Nugget would have a game win. I can't remember if Nugget ended up winning that one, but it was right before overtime. Nugget's going to win this one. So he gets his goal shortly after he gets robbed. It's a nice possession immediately after kickoff. Gets the dribble going really fast, and Kiileerrz wanted to challenge him right away. Kiileerrz and Nugget evenly matched as we head to Game 5. Chat, here we go. Game 5, Kiileerrz and Nuggets. Every single game has been a one-goal game, so we head into Game 5 perfectly even, not only in Games 1, but goals scored, which does not happen very often. Which one of these two will come out on top? Both a couple of youngsters. Nugget is 15 years old, RLCS age. Kiileerrz not quite yet. He will be, I think, in a couple months. But he doesn't get to play in this season of RLCS, I'm pretty sure. So he must not be available for the spring split either. So I think it might be a bit for Kiileerrz. But Kiileerrz will score first, forcing Nugget back into net. A little bit of an awkward half flip from Nugget to try and put himself back in position. I'm so sorry, chat. I started it all. I shouldn't have. Nugget. Double jump bump. Tapped away. A bit of an awkward touch off the wall. He's going to demo to make it work, though. It was a strong touch laterally. Not a lot of height, so not a lot he can do to get underneath it and take a shot, but he wave dashes into it. Give it a slight pop, and he finds himself, you know, almost already completely past the ball. No better time than to demo the backline defender and grab a first. Nugget flipping over the top of Kiileerrz. I think he was very intentionally getting in his way as well. Wouldn't have been surprised to just see a bump in that situation to put Kiileerrz out of position. Nugget trying to get a quick counter. Kiileerrz, he sees it, but I don't think he sees it in time. He dies for his efforts. Always got to be thinking counterattack. As soon as Nugget saw that shot, he could tell it was going to be easy to save. So it wasn't about saving, it was about perfectly setting it up the other way. So he taps it right off his own backboard. Kiileerrz recognized it just a little bit late. He was going in to steal that corner boost and couldn't get back to the play. He should have a shot here. Why is first killer number 1 on the leaderboards? He's played a few games and he just wins them all, I'm pretty sure. I think on his tracker, he's played like 30-ish games. And he just almost never loses, I think. Kiileerrz taking the ball off the top of Nuggets. Not able to get a shot out of it, though. There's positioned well for this 50. He's holding on to his boost. Doing a good job. But now he just used it all up. He thought he could get a beat on Nugget. Luckily for him, that 100 was not there when Nugget passed over it, so he wasn't able to steal it. Spawns right in time for him. Kiileerrz missing that 100. Shouldn't really need it, though. He's been having just razor edge saves in his favor. He didn't even touch it this time. But Nugget made it past him, and it was just barely off the net. And now Kiileerrz going to get a third. Nugget says not again. He was so close to scoring. And he misses a flip into the corner and just turtles his way around the corner. No way he's going to make it back in time after that. Nugget able to send the 50 high. Able to win the corner boost, though. He tries to get an early touch. Unable to connect. Kiileerrz, nice fake. Nugget gets the save. Now he's just flopping around in net, trying to make it work with 0 boost. And it's not going to happen. Good recognition from Kiileerrz to just take it away from the floundering fish and just put it on the other side of the post when somebody's at 0 boost. Kiileerrz trying to bait Nugget in to a poor challenge. But Nugget's challenged well. Almost even got a quick pre-flip to score 3rd. He is playing from behind the final couple minutes. Kiileerrz air roll shot. Try and connect with the ball underneath. Give it a little bit of extra height. I did not do well in my English classes. One of my English classes was the only reason why I didn't get like a big scholarship that my state gave out. Nugget with all the space in the world after a demo. What is he going to do? Kiileerrz fake challenge gets Nugget to pop the ball early, and then there's nothing left for him to do with it. He has to just fall down to the ground too deep in Kiileerrz half to take a shot. Kiileerrz, great defense off the respawn, and a good challenge, and 5-2 for Kiileerrz. Are we going to see our first game won by more than 1 goal? We still have a full minute left. Kiileerrz on the kickoff. Strong shot to get Nugget in the defensive sequence, and he pops it above him. 6-2. Nugget falling apart here in the final moments. Needs a strong kickoff. Kiileerrz has more than come back in the kickoff department. Start of the series that seemed to favor the European, but now Kiileerrz has had the edge, I would say. Where'd I go to school? Arizona, University of Arizona. 7-2. This time, I think Nugget outplayed himself a little bit. Kiileerrz really not getting that strong of a touch on the flick. Likely could have had that dunked off the top of his car if Nugget had made any connection with it. But he flipped past, so I think Kiileerrz is taking this one in surprisingly dominant fashion, despite the fact he was unable. That's a great pre-flip. 8-2. Falling far away from the ball, make it seem like there's a possibility to challenge, but no, he pre-flips right back into it and taps it over Nugget. 8-2. Wow, this is crazy. Considering the fact that we were scored perfectly, or we were tied perfectly on goals scored. Now a 6-goal win. Maybe not. Maybe 5. No one had Kiileerrz in their Middle East list. Kiileerrz hasn't played too much ones, I feel like. He played in the Feer Fest, which was a bit of an anomaly. I don't think he plays ones terribly often. And he got a win and a loss. He lost to Rawas, but beats Yahya. Middle East is OP. I tell you what it's come down to is basically every time I feel like I'm setting up what should be an even match relatively between either EU, but especially NA, Middle East always dominates. And you could argue that it's because Middle East is playing on their home server whenever they play NA, like no matter what. The North Americans are always playing on the away server, and the Middle Easterns are always playing on their home server. So maybe that's why they seem to always have the edge. But man. GG's. Nugget wants to copy Kiileerrz's car, but he's out too quick to do so. Appreciate these guys coming out to play.